what should that tell us? That ought to tell us that it's something about us
that everybody wants.
Right. Now, it's something about us, and it's also something that we're not doing right.
Well, like you said it before.
Right.
We're kind-hearted humanitarians.
Okay.
In heart.
Okay.
So we don't have that, yo, what the fuck you think you're doing?
We don't have, but also, it's even deeper than that.
But, you know,
we're not together even to do that. But now, okay.
And we have jealous and envy.
Now, my point is this.
What can we do?
No. This is my point. It's us, right?
Yes,
now,
it's us.
We got a problem. We got a situation. Now, what I'm saying is, when you read the Bible, that's exactly what happened to Israel, who they call the Israelites. There was that one particular people who got abused, who got kicked on, who got this, who got that, and they made a deal with this God. And this God promised them, if you do my commandments, you will be the dominant people. You will be the head and not the tail. And right now we're the tail because we're not following God's command. Can you see? But wait.
I got a quick question.
Go ahead.
Did they follow that command?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
No. Did
sometimes
they follow that command?
Sometimes they did, and sometimes they didn't. And when they didn't, that's when they got kicked around by these other nations.
When they did, what happened?
They was on top. They was organized and they was together. And if you research history, it's historical things about them, Israel. And like I say, be honest, friends. We fit the description of Israelites under a curse. We fit the description.
You know, and this is what I told you before. Just like we just said, for Hurt. What did Hurt do to make us get in? He played the James Brown.
He infiltrated.
Right. That's the same thing, brother. They'll say things that you know are right to pull you in. To follow the stuff that ain't right.
So what are you trying to say?
I just said it. The same way that James Brown was used to infiltrate us as the black people, is the same way the Bible does to get you to follow the wrong message. Now, the wrong message.
This is the wrong message.
And I'll tell you straight up. I'll tell you straight up. The Bible was made to keep me and you in slavery.
Unbelievable. You can't see it.
Do I have to read it to you
can't see
again?
It. You still can't see it.
I gotta read it to you again.
Phase, you can't see.
Hold up.
I'm gonna let you get it, but Phase.
Okay.
Look, you can't see that we fit the description of those people in the Bible.
And we probably do. And that's the
James Brown. So what does that tell you?
That's the James Brown.
What does that tell you?
That's the James Brown part.
How could that be you saying that's a coincidence?
No.
How could that be a coincidence?
That's the James Brown part. That's the part that gets you to believe in it.
You saying somebody is purposely making us look like Israel?
No. They know we look like those people. We know that they know that we can relate to what they're saying behind that.
Who knows? What are you talking about?
The people that wrote the Bible.
The people who wrote the Bible are no longer living. We wrote the Bible.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
See, that's what I'm saying, Faye. You give Caucasian people way too much credit.
No.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
What have Caucasian people did on this planet without our help?
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly. What have they done substantial?
Wait a minute.
What have they done substantial without our help?
No, I can give you a lot of things that they did
without
our help.
What?
They corrupted the minds of us.
Okay. No, they did that without help because we the ones that caught each other in slavery. It was blacks catching blacks in slavery. Okay. We helped them.
Let us read right now. Okay, straight from the Bible. All right, this is Exodus 21, verse 20.
Okay.
It says, if a man beats his male or female slave with a rod, and the slave dies as a direct result, he must be punished. But he is not to be punished if the slave gets up after a day or two, since the slave is his property. Now, I gotta preach on it.
And that's the one that bothers you.
This is what bothers me. My God, didn't create any man or woman to be a slave. Okay. So he never created anybody to be another person's property. That's number one. That's number one. That's number one. Number two, my God will never give the okay to beat somebody to unconsciousness for a day or two. So you could be knocked out for a day or two and get back up, and you can't say nothing because you're the person's property.
Okay, now the thing you read, you put away. Let me ask you, did God say that?
This is what was supposed to be told to this is Exodus.
Okay, but did God say that? A lot of things are in the Bible, but did it say, and God said?
It didn't have to say.
It does. It does.
These were the instructions that God gave to Moses.
Okay. That's one.
What they
my question is, who said that? Does it clearly say, and God said? God told Moses this, God told Moses that. It does?
Yes.
Okay, but I got to check it. Another thing is, you said your God wouldn't do that. Well, maybe you have a wrong understanding of God.
How can I?
Maybe because you want to, like we talked about this before, you want to make God into a fluffy Santa Claus.
No.
A nice guy.
No, I want to make God to do.
To your understanding.
Exactly,
you're making God in your
my
understanding.
God.
But God is, if there is a God, he's over your understanding.
But he's my God.
But he's not something you can mold and shape and make him. He made you.
Right. And so
you
I
can't
can understand him the way that I can understand him.
Right. So all that means is that to your understanding, but your understanding is not the highest understanding.
All right, so let's
go
to your understanding.
Right.
Do you think that your God created anybody to get beat in the head with a rod and knocked out for two days?
My understanding of God is that anything a human being could think of, the worst heinous thing any human being could think of is a play thing for God. You understand? Like, demons are scared of God. You understand? Like, God is the most fearful thing you ever want to imagine.
Okay, but that's not the answer in the question.
That is. So I'm saying the most heinous thing that you can think of, Son of Sam, is nothing, is a plaything in God. God is capable of the most great, benevolent, saintly thing, or God is capable of the most negative thing you could think of. The most negative thing you can think of, God is a drip in a bucket to God, and the most good thing, he's the greatest thing you ever want. That's my understanding of God. Okay. So nothing on this earth is nothing, saying, right?
But that still does not answer the question.
Now, I'm gonna answer your question on another level. Now, on another level,
no, just answer the question.
I'm gonna answer your question. Now, it's different. There's levels to this. Okay. Now, look. You gotta understand, a lot of that stuff, talking about slaves and all that stuff, is not the same terminology we're using today. A lot of that stuff then was indentured servitude.
Okay.
It wasn't, wait, let me get finished. Now, not only was it a different terminology, you have to understand, now see, I just forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay, well then answer me this, right? Indentured servant, all of that stuff, right? Do you think one man should be able to take a rod and knock somebody in the head for 2 days?
Well, I want to say yes, because you got to understand, servitude and slavery was part of God's curse. Okay. It was part of God's punishment.
Do you beat your kids?
Wait, you didn't hear what I said.
Do you beat your kids?
Wait a minute, I'm going to answer that question. The thing you said, you read in your Bible, A lot of that, especially in Deuteronomy, was about God's curse. If you don't, the deal he made with his people, now if you violate that deal, you're going to be a slave. So you asking me, would God put somebody in slavery? Yes, because it's part of his curse.
Okay. All right.
They got the answer. Yes, because it's part of his curse.
Okay. So now what you're saying is part of his curse goes from one person to the next person.
What do you mean? His curse got to do with his people that he made an agreement with.
Right. So,
and it's obvious that we fit the description.
What about
of those people.
A child that is born into slavery? What did that child do to become?
What terms are you talking about? You talking about nowadays?
I'm talking about any days, any time that there's a slave.
Well, you got to be specific because, like I say, it's different rules. It's different.
So the curse goes from one generation to the next.
Yes. You talking about the Bible? Yes.
I'm talking about the curse that you're talking about.
God's curse on the people?
So why would he do that?
Because they broke the agreement. They made an agreement.
Who broke the agreement?
The people of Israel.
Okay, so the people of Israel broke the agreement, right?
Right.
What does that have to do with the people that wasn't even born yet?
Because it passes on from daughter.
And that's what I just asked you. So his curse, you believe that his curse will go from generation to generation to generation because the one people messed up.
It's not that I believe, I see it. Look at us, FaZe. You just said it, FaZe. FaZe, you said, yo, it's something about us and we doing wrong. So I don't have to believe. I see it.
You know what you see?
FaZe, we're effed up in the game. We got Jamaicans taking hip hop from us. We got Puerto Ricans taking Bronxdale from us. We messed up, FaZe.
I'm going to show you what we're messed up about.
Go ahead.
We're messed up because we believe in everything that somebody else tells us instead of going and looking and being smart. They told you that Adam and Eve was in the garden, and that they had sex and that they had children. And so they chose. So I'm gonna ask you this just one time, and you gotta do. Let's do it straight. All right. They say because I read the Bible several times. Back and forth.
Did you get the right understanding?
Yes, I do. I got my understanding. So now, and that's all it takes. It's my understanding. So now, this is my opinion. The Bible says that Adam and Eve were in this garden. Right? And that Adam was there first, and God took the rib of Adam and created Eve. Now, as science will tell you, if you have somebody's rib, that's DNA. So they would have the same exact DNA as each other. So they wouldn't be husband and wife, they would be brother and sister. Let me finish. Let me be finished, right? So now, so they have sex and they have a kid, brother and sister. And so then they have kids. Cain and Abel. Now, it's 4 of them on the earth, right? So who did Cain and Abel have sex with to make more people? Had to be Eve. So wait a minute. So they had sex with Eve. Bomb. So now that's the same DNA. So right now, DNA, we should all have the DNA, same DNA. Then they said that Noah came, wiped out everybody, right?
What's the difference of DNA between you and anybody out here?
There's a whole the chromosomes, and it's a lot different.
No, from what I understand, it's not much
but there is.
Okay, so we don't know because I'm not a scientist and you're not a scientist. We don't know.
Wait.
We don't know.
You know how I can prove stuff?
How can you prove stuff?
I can prove to just like what people do right now this minute. People will go and buy a seedless watermelon or a seedless grape. So now, if you have your grape and you eat it, right? You don't have nothing to throw to make another grape. So how does the next grape get here?
What's your point?
What do you mean, what's my point?
What that got to do with people's DNA?
I'm getting ready to tell you now. The things that you're told and the shit that you're being told, it definitely can't be. It's not. So if you heard the DNA is similar to whatever, how could you believe that from the same person that told you a seedless grape is real? How could you believe that?
How can I believe
that the DNAs are similar from the same people that told you that a seedless grape is real?
Phase, look. Hold up.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you one quick question? We're on camera. We're doing a video. What is your nationality?
Mexico.
You're born in Mexico, right?
No, I was born here.
You was born here, but your family is from Mexico.
Yeah.
All right. Do you consider yourself a brother to me?
Yeah.
Does your family consider that?
I mean, we're all brothers.
We're all brothers, and that's what you were taught, that we were all brothers, right? Okay, so now, as you were born here, right, and your parents were born in Mexico, right, when they came here, do you think that they cohabitated with brothers like us? Be honest. I know it's a question that kind of knocks you off. I appreciate you for being honest. But what do you think? You think? I
don't know. I didn't understand the question.
Okay, like your parents. Do you think your parents would, if they were separated or whatever, do you think your mother would go out with a brother, or you think your father would go out with a brother, or with a woman, a female sister, or do you think that he would go to your Mexican people and be with a Mexican?
¿Dice de qué?
You're scared to find out? Okay. Well, I appreciate your honesty.
Ask the lady.
I thank you. Yes.
No, over here.
Excuse me, miss. Could you come here for 1 second? We're doing a film. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, brother. Nice camera, man. You should be doing a film with us.
I'm doing YouTube videos.
All right. That's right. Thank you. Last name Chavez? Last name Chavez? Okay, it says Chavez in the back.
Phase, this is one thing I definitely want to say. As far as us African Americans.
Okay, I want to ask them too.
Go ahead.
I want to ask them too. Excuse me, miss. Is there any way I could just ask you a couple questions on film?
I don't know. Nosotros no.
You speak English?
No, please, padre.
Okay. You might understand this. Where are you from?
¿Que dónde yo vivo?
Yeah.
¿Que dónde yo vivo? No, ¿de dónde? De Santo Domingo. Dominicana.
Is that Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico?
Are you my sister? They're from the
Santo Domingo. Is that Puerto Rico?
That's Puerto Rican?
No, Santo Domingo.
Okay.
República Dominicana.
Oh, Dominican Republic. Okay.
Dominican Republic.
They have their own government.
Right.
They have their own government.
Right. Gracias.
Okay.
Gracias. Thank you.
Bye.
Phase. Okay.
Now my point was,
Go ahead.
That I did that was to show you that the Mexicans,
Okay.
the Dominicans,
Right.
the majority of them do not consider us brothers.
I agree with you. In their heart of hearts, I agree with you.
And now they trust the Caucasian man before they trust us.
Okay. So with that shit, all of that tell you
that the Caucasian man has sent y'all on a
what shit that tell you that we are here alone, black African Americans.
Yeah,
nobody give a ish about us.
Yeah.
We are own distinct people. As much as we want to blend in to be America, we are own distinct people.
Right.
And that also should right. And that should tell you, because we're this distinct people, if you add it up and you look at it, we fit the description of Israel under God's curse. Look at us, man. Look, how could it not be? What else is there? That's why I say with the Bible, I don't have to believe. I see what's going on. That's why I don't believe. I see. It took me a while. I didn't grow up believing this or knowing this. I had to learn this by observation. Look around you. Look at our people.
Okay, now let me ask you this, right? And I'm going to ask this man too, because I know he speaks a little bit English. All right, I'm definitely going to ask him, and I want to see, because he's a darker person.
Right.
And I want to see. I think that's Ty over there, right there.
Are you supposed to come in?
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a couple of questions? Okay. All right, can I just ask one question? One question. See?
FaZe, I'm gonna say this. As far as us black folk, FaZe, African Americans, and this is my new revelation. I don't know, I gotta put the right words to it. We are like Dr. Dre. African Americans as a whole are like Dr. Dre. You know how Dr. Dre started off, right? He was with the World Class Record Crew. Now, I don't know their stature, status, or whatever, right? But he got with NWA, right? Dr. Dre. He was the genius behind NWA, and he made them bigger than big, right? And when he left, what happened? They fell apart. They had other issues. He's coming, but hold up, check this out. He left NWA, Dr. Dre left NWA, and they fell apart, right?
Right.
He went to Death Row. He was the genius behind Death Row. African Americans, Dr. Dre was with Death Row. He made them bigger than big, right? He was the genius behind Death Row. He left Death Row, and Death Row collapsed. They had other problems, but he left them and they collapsed. He was the genius that made them bigger than big. He moved on, he got with Aftermath. He blew up with Eminem and all that, 50 Cent, all that, he was the genius. Black Americans have to realize that we're the genius behind this country. And if we leave this country will collapse. This country ain't shit without us. As long as we keep sitting in this country trying to protest and all this stuff, let's just leave. Let's just leave. That ought to be our revenge. Let's just leave and watch them collapse. Stop looking at Caucasians like they're the indoor, like they're so great and they control the weather. No, they're not as great as we give them credit for. We're the genius behind this country. Let's just leave. Let's just leave. Let's just build our own country. Let's build our own nation, FaZe.
I understand. Sir, do you speak English?
Yes, I do.
You do speak English.
Yes.
Is it all right if I ask you a couple questions also?
No problem.
All right. First of all, we're making a documentary and we're trying to get the different nationalities of this area or whatever. So what is your nationality?
Oh, my nationality is Dominican.
Okay, so now we were right. When we were here since the 60s in this neighborhood, and we've watched from this side on back. It was Jewish people, then it went from Jewish people to Puerto Rican, and then from Puerto Rican to Dominicans, and from Dominicans to now we see Ecuadorians and Mexicans,
Salvadorian.
Right.
Yes.
So now we want to know: do you as a Dominican believe that I'm your brother?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are my brother. We belong to the same community. I mean, you belong to a black community. I belong to the Spanish community, but we are minorities. No,
So
that's why you're my brother.
So do you think we're still the minorities now?
Yeah. Well, you know that the minority is becoming now majority. You know, so
Because there's more of us than there's more of anybody.
yes, and you know what makes us more powerful if we go to vote and vote for the best people that we think is going to do the job that is going to help us. Not only minorities, everybody.
Now, do you think that we have a chance? Do we have anybody that's real to vote for?
Well, I am not into politics, right? However, yes, of course, there are many minority politicians that that they can do the job.
So you feel like that we have a chance?
Yeah, we have a chance to win any political position in this.
What about the president?
President, well, you know that nobody is like Obama. From my point of view, Obama has been one of the best presidents of this country. And as a result of that, I haven't seen anybody.
You feel cared as much as
well.
Right, so he was a people.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I totally appreciate it, and I hope that in your heart that you truly believe that we're brothers.
Yes, we are brothers. We have to be united.
Right.
That's the only way we're going to be more powerful.
Have you seen prejudice in as being a Dominican? Have you seen prejudice in your nationality?
Definitely.
Towards us?
No, y'all have your own government in Dominican Republic, right?
Yes.
Right. See? So your president in DR, your president is Dominican, right?
Yeah, he is.
See, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Right. He's Dominican. He has to be Dominican according to the Constitution.
They got their own government.
Otherwise, he couldn't run for the presidency.
Right. See. Now let me ask you, do you know Dominican's history?
Of course.
Like Puerto Ricans say they came from Taino Indians, right?
Yeah.
Where do Dominicans, where do y'all descend from?
Well, that's the same people, but they transported from one country to another. When Christopher Columbus, right, discovered America, the first island that he visited was the Hispaniola, right? So that's why Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, the South American people, they speak Spanish.
Okay.
Right, and then the Americans took over Puerto Rico, right? Jamaica was colonized by the English, right? And you see, you have the Virgin Islands, yes, all the Caribbean. Right. That's why people speak English in those Caribbean countries.
So you saying Dominicans came from natives?
Yeah, we came from natives.
Native Americans?
Yeah, Native Americans, yes.
Oh. Okay.
But when
some Dominicans got woolly hair, like
no, we have a mix.
Yeah,
it's like a mix,
right.
because the Spaniards, right, colonized us, but then they brought slaves from Africa, to work in sugar.
Are you saying y'all are mixed between Native Americans, Africans, and Caucasians?
Like myself, okay. My mother is black, right, and my father is Spanish. Latino. You know what I'm saying?
That's why.
You see my color. That's why my hair and everything. That's what happens. Okay. And all my family, I like you. The same color. Right. From my mother's side. Right. From my father's side is a different how you call it race.
Right.
Yes, but we are mixed. That's
right.
Nice speaking to you guys.
Thank you, my brother. If I ever see you in the street, you're my brother.
Oh, yes,
you
we
need
are.
my help. I'm your help.
And I appreciate it. And I appreciate it. Right? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
See, now look at you. You changing your whole tune around.
No, because
you black Americans, see, you change your whole tune around.
I got one more question. Can I ask you just one question? No, you know English?
No.
Okay, quick question. Where are you from? Venezuela.
They got their own government.
Right. Now, are you my brother? Are you my sister? Am I your brother?
Yeah, Venezuela también, my father and my mother.
Okay, so thank you. Appreciate it.
Faith, we the only people walking around here with no government.
Yeah.
Dominicans got their own government. Venezuela got their own government. We ain't got no government. Puerto Ricans got their own government. But I mean, they're Commonwealth, but they still got a government. We don't have nothing. We sitting here trying to blend in with America. When they go to the Olympics, you ever see the Olympic Games? They got the Dominican flag. They got the Jamaican flag. They don't have our flag. Why they ain't got our Olympics because we don't have a nation. We run around here with red, white, and blue on our back. Wow. That's right. See the light, brother. We are Dr. Dre. We need to leave here. And a lot of us ain't gonna leave, and that's fine. But some of us, we need to get out of here and build our own. That's what we negotiate. Let's negotiate with the Trumps. They got satellites in the skies. They know where every piece of land is allotted to. We go to them, we negotiate. Look, it's only right. We explain. We get our talkers, people, brothers that got game. Talk. Look, let's negotiate. We need our piece of land. You know, and we could stay here, we could go back and forth, whatever. We could do transactions, do business, but we need our own land. We want to be in the Olympics. We want the red, black, green in the Olympics. We want our own races, win our own gold medals. For us, we win the gold medals like Mayweather and Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali won a gold medal and had to throw it in the water because he came back and he realized they still treated him like a nigga. He won a gold medal for American government. They had to throw it in the water because they still treat him like a nigga. Let's win our own gold medals for us. That's the only answer. Instead of sitting around here protesting, you protesting about how somebody treating you. Move out their house. I'm ready to move, man. I'm ready to move. I'm ready to give it 1,000 brothers and go build our own thing. Let's go, and music will be our #1 export. We export our music.
All right, now, you know, I understand what you're saying, but OGs, and I'm talking about from my generation and further. In my heart,
they ain't ready for that.
No, in my heart,
they're too soft.
No.
You got a full belly. Full belly.
Listen. In my
full
heart,
belly.
I say, move them out.
Come on, you ain't gonna move them out.
Let's talk about for this place.
That's right. But where's Dr. Dre? Look what Dr. Dre did for NWA. Look what Dr. Dre did for Death Row. He told Death Row, he said, yo, you can keep the masses, you can keep all of that. I'm the genius, I'm leaving. Because I know I could do it again. We gotta understand, everything we did here, we could do again. We could do it somewhere else. For ourselves.
I just don't want to.
We're scared. We're scared. We're soft.
No, I'd rather take it the other way. You want to do it that way when we leave, I want to kick them out.
Now, which is more likely? Both are far-fetched, right?
This last interview I'm going to do.
Okay.
Excuse me, miss. Can I just ask you one question on film? Okay, we're doing a documentary. What is your nationality?
I'm Dominican.
Wow. So we were 100% right. We're saying that from this area back, when we've been here since the 60s, right? Us brothers lived in these buildings over here. And we saw the change from here on to go from Jewish people to Puerto Ricans to Dominicans to Mexicans. Right? And you noticed that, right? Have you seen more Mexicans? Now, I have a quick question. As you being from Dominican, would your family want you to be with a brother? Would your brother want you to marry or have children with a brother?
No, never.
They wouldn't want that, right?
No.
What do you feel?
I wouldn't like that.
You wouldn't want to be with a
brother.
You have to be with Dominican.
Oh. If I marry like a black person, I would. Why not?
You would marry a brother?
Yeah.
And your family would agree?
They would, definitely. Why not?
Okay. That's good.
Of course. Why not?
Because a lot of now.
I used to have a black American boyfriend.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not posting me on no page,
right? Huh?
You're not posting me on no page, right?
No.
I don't want that.
This is the documentary.
Oh, okay. But I'm not. Nobody's gonna see me.
Is it, well, we can blur your face out.
Yeah, please.
Okay? And what we'll say is that, you know, this person, but you gave your opinion of how you do it. And that was a good opinion that you would go with a brother and you had a brother for your
Of
boyfriend.
course, yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you, you ever been to DR? You ever been there? The DR?
You ever been to Dominican Republic?
I was born and raised in there.
Y'all have your own government, right?
Yeah.
Dominicans run your government, right?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
They have their own government.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Well.
See? We the only ones without our own government. Us and Native Americans. We the only people without our own government. Dominicans got their government. Haitians got their own government. And I was doing check on Jamaicans. Jamaicans have their government, but I think they got a monarch. Queen Elizabeth is their monarch or something, however that runs. But they got Jamaicans running their government. We the only people around here protesting. You know why they treat us the way they do, FaZe? You know why they abuse us the way they do? Because we're under their rule. We're under their government. They don't care. We're subject to them. See, if we have our own nation, that would give us political power. Because now we in the United Nations.
Okay.
Our brothers in the United Nations now.
All right.
Right.
You're selling me.
Right.
So let me ask you.
Yeah.
What can we do to accomplish this besides just talking about it?
That's our gift. Another thing. You know what's good about our people? We have to change around the way. What's good about our people? That's what we got to start talking about. What's good? Spread the good energy. Stop talking about what we ain't got, how bad we are, how to. You know what's good about our people? We got the power of speech. We can speak things into existence. That's our power. The blacker you are, the more power you got to speak things into existence. If you keep your system clean, keep your body clean, pure, we can speak things into existence. We got power. All we got to start doing is talking about the unity we do have. If it's me and you here, we have unity. So let's brag about it. Let's talk about our unity. That's what hip hop did. When Sugar Hill Gang came out, they talked about like they had everything. You remember the rhymes in there? I got a color TV so I can see. And hip hop was poor at that time. But look, we rapped about it and now we got it. Same thing with Jay-Z. They came out, they didn't have all that, but they was rapping like they was rich. And they got rich. It's the power to speak things into existence. Tupac was talking about, over and over, kept talking about how he's gonna die, he's gonna get shot. Well, what happened? You die, you shot. You thug life, you talk about getting shot, you got shot, you dead. We got the power to speak things into existence. Let's talk about how unified we are. Even if it's just 3 of us, that's unity. Even if it's just your crew, you got unity. Your crew, your 10, that's unity. Let's change the way we talk around. That's all we gotta do. And we gotta see that the Bible is the answer as far as do not steal. Let's stop stealing from each other. The commandments, not the stories of the Bible, the commandments of the Bible. Let's all agree not to steal from each other. Let's all agree not to sleep with each other's wives, each other's girlfriends. That's all we gotta do. I promise you, everything will come to us. The spiritual forces around us will come to us. You understand? Will come to us, and we'll be dominant again. That's all we gotta do, is do the things in the Bible. But what we got? We got the so-called conscious community trying to bomb on the Bible. We're doing the opposite. And the crazy thing is,
the reason why I'm gonna give you my reason why I think that is happening, because like I said,
see, I just made a mistake. I just talked about the conscious community, but see, I just made a mistake in my talk. See, right. We gotta stop talking about the bad, the negative, only the positive.
Okay.
Even if it's a little percent positive.
I think that we should kick the people, the negative people that are here out and let them find some.
Are you talking about the Trumps and the Caucasian?
Yeah.
You can't.
Why?
That means you would have to go to war.
We overpower them.
No, you cannot. The people cannot beat the U.S. military.
Wow, I would love to interview her. Can I ask you one question on film? Please, just one question. Are you Dominican? See, I knew it.
FaZe, let me say it as far as the Bible starts.
See, and that's our problem too.
What?
When we see women, you know, we have a weakness.
Right.
Right now,
But that's not a weakness. We're put here for women. Women put here for us.
Yeah, but it's our weakness. It's our.
It don't have to be a weakness.
I'm not saying that it has to be. I'm just saying what it is. And for me, it's a weakness. I've had that problem since I was a kid.
Okay.
Like, I just can't stop.
And
I try my
Stop
best.
what? Pushing up on women?
No, not even just pushing up on women, just wanting them.
What's wrong with wanting them?
Because it's not, why can't you have one person that you want and that's it?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. What's wrong with one? I don't know if there's something wrong with wanting women. I don't know. Multiple women. Yeah, it's in you to want multiple women. I mean, for what? I don't look at that as nothing.
I do.
But brother, I want to say this one thing before. Listen, you made this thing about the Adam and Eve story, right?
Right.
Now let me give you a scenario. You have children, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you raise your children in your house, but say if you raise your children in your home, right? Mm-hmm. You have rules and regulations for your children, right?
Yes.
Okay. So they 3, 4, 5 years old. That's when you mold them, right? That's when you teach them and instill things in them from young, right?
Right.
Can you think of one of your rules for your young child? Can you think of one? Household rules?
To you honor your parents and to love your siblings.
Okay, now I'm gonna try to show you what the Bible stories are like, the Adam and Eve story and all that. Because the Adam and Eve story, y'all trying to take literally. You know, y'all trying to say, well, they had sex and then who the children had sex with. They're trying to take a symbolic story literal. Mm-hmm. And I want to say this, right? Now, it's like you have rules for your child, right? Mm-hmm. You tell your child to love their brothers and sisters and to respect their parents, right? Mm-hmm. Your child get into kindergarten or whatever age they start getting ready to read, right? Mm-hmm. And so you want to really drive that home and instill that in them, right?
All right. Okay. Can I ask you a question on film?
Yeah.
Where are you from? What's your nationality?
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah.
And were you born there?
Yeah.
And you came here?
Yeah.
Okay. A quick question. Am I your brother?
Yes. Everybody's brothers.
You're brothers with a Caucasian man?
With the what?
With a Caucasian man, a white man.
No.
You're not, right? So me and you are brothers.
Yes.
So if I came into your family, would you let me into your home?
Yes. Right now. Welcome.
Right. You say it too. My casa, your casa.
Yes.
All right.
Hey, you so whack. See? Yeah, you changed. You flip-flopping. All this stuff is proving your stuff wrong.
No. What I'm doing is
showing people how fake they are.
Exactly.
Showing people how fake they are.
Showing that it's not that they're fake. It's just that the way people see things are totally different from what their actions are.
Right.
Okay? And I always said that. I always said to myself that instead of seeing a Caucasian man and him being high in my face and want to stab me in my back, I'd rather see that racist Caucasian man straight up to my face and saying that he hates me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the one that says that they
would you really? Because they killers. Some of them are killers.
They all are.
They killers.
They all are.
You know?
They all are.
So would you really want that in your face?
Yeah.
In front of your child?
I would want my child to see, look, this is what this racist dude is.
So what's the answer? The answer is let's get our own ish.
No, the answer is let's kick them out.
How are you going to kick the Caucasians out of America?
Because the same way we can leave, the same way they took it from us.
They took it with guns. We don't own guns.
Wait a minute. And see, that's where you're wrong.
When I say guns, I mean the steel, where you get the material to make guns, the mines. We don't own the mines to make guns.
Let me explain something to you. And this is real, all right? my grandparents, and I'll just go back to my grandparents, always had shotguns, bullets, wait a minute, regular guns and everything. We grew up on that, and that's just my grandparents. They never knew shit.
You don't want to go to war, Caucasian.
Shit, yo, I'm ready.
Phase. And you know, I still got that other. I still got that other video I will post it.
Yo, ready.
You are not ready to go to war, Caucasian.
Ready.
Phase.
Alright, they can't beat us physically.
Then that's what you should do.
Alright,
that's what you should do.
Beat us.
That's what you should try to push.
Alright, they can't beat us physically. Alright, and so the same steel for steel.
Yo, you can't beat them with guns.
I think we got a chance.
First of all,
just say for instance, if all the brothers had a 22, just a 22. All the brothers, we have more 22s than they would have.
Face, look, let me talk some sense into you, okay? Let me talk some sense into you, because you must be out of your mind.
Can I ask you one question? What is your nationality?
Puerto Rican.
We found one. Okay, now, were you born in Puerto Rico?
Yes.
You were actually born in Puerto Rico?
Yes.
Okay, and is your parents, both of your parents are both Puerto Rican?
Yes.
Okay, now, since you've been to America, are there any prejudice in between you and brothers?
Yeah. It's always been.
Always. I like you. Honesty. That's good.
It's always been.
We love you right now.
That's good.
Now, your opinion, do you think we're brothers and sisters?
Of course.
Okay, so then why would there be a prejudice?
I guess that's how our society put it from the beginning.
And where will you think that was learned from?
I guess from our past. Yeah. That's something that has been there like even before I was born.
Right.
And would you, as a Puerto Rican person, would you ever fall in love with a brother?
Of course. That had nothing to do. Color is just a color.
And you would
A heart is a heart.
Okay. And now, have you seen other Puerto Ricans that feel like no, that they would never be with a brother?
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend. He
Oh,
would
yeah?
never date a black lady.
Oh, yeah?
Like, okay. No, not yet can figure why we broke up.
What's the history of Puerto Rico? Y'all come from, some people in Puerto Rico say they come from Taino Indians?
Taino Indians, African, and Spaniards.
Oh, mix of all three?
Mix, yes.
Right.
You see me, brown, green eyes, white. My father's your color.
Right, I always hear that. So how did some of y'all get so...
I was going to ask you, but I didn't want to say nothing.
How did you,
My
some of you...
grandmother, she was blonde with green eyes. And her husband was dark skinned too.
Wow.
So,
Okay, now, is this your son?
grandson.
Okay, now,
But his father's Dominican. So he's dark.
and I want to ask you about that. Now, isn't there a prejudice between Puerto Ricans and
Definitely.
Dominicans?
Definitely. But it just, I wouldn't say because they Dominican, it's just the way some people is. And I guess you don't have to do where you're from or whatever. Because my sister-in-law is Dominican. So, you know, she's like a sister to us, so, you know.
Okay. And do you live on that side
Yeah.
or this side?
That side.
Okay, now, have you noticed that, well, we've lived in those projects since the 60s. Have you noticed that this from here on, have you lived there for long?
About 6 years, but I used to live in Boynton.
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 Okay, now, have you seen a lot of changes? Like, when we first came around here, these were all Jewish neighborhoods. And then it went from Jewish to Puerto Rican. And then from Puerto Rican to Dominican. And now from Dominican to Mexican. Have you noticed that change?
Well, I haven't been in this area that long, at least maybe 10 years between living in Boynton and right here. But yes, I have seen, I mean, like, on Sundays you see these people, and this side, the people from that area, from Guatemala, Mexican, and
Good.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for this documentary.
See, my best friend is Ecuadorian, so.
Okay. So thank you. We're gonna put this documentary. We haven't have a name for it yet, but it's gonna be on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And just look under Michael Wayne TV.
Yeah, it's just crazy how things are going on. It's Facebook. The other day I posted on my page like, why is this things are happening now? Or the earthquake in Mexico, the hurricane and everything, and people of course trying to explain themselves with scientific explanation. And I said, haven't you even read the Bible when all this it just stated right there?
But he's against the Bible.
Read it. It's and it could be any Bible for any religion. It just says it's right there. And this is nothing, because this is the way God is using to clean the world. Because there's too much evil here. You know? And like with the president
Now,
Trump,
I can agree with you on that. Where I believe that God is purging the world. I believe that He is definitely cleaning the world. I can go for that, and I can believe that. The only thing that I can't believe is that the way the Bible is structured is to put us in slavery.
well, that depends on the testament that you read, you know.
Right.
If it's in the old one, it says